This isn't undisputed versus undisputed. All right, so let's get that out of the way right now. This is not undisputed versus undisputed. Because if it was, Charlo's belts would be on the line. And although this is an interesting fight, okay, it's an intriguing fight, I would rather see Charlo fight his mandatory, Tim Tszyu, and defend his undisputed title. Because right now, he's fighting Canelo and he's not defending any titles. The person who has something to lose in here is Canelo. So all you guys out there who clowned Canelo, talk bad about his undisputed run at 168, even though it wasn't his fault that Benavidez decided to eat his belt off the scale. It's not his fault that all the champions happen to be on the UK side. That's not his fault. It's not Canelo's fault at all. It may have not been one of the best runs for Undisputed, but it was a decent one, in my opinion. In my opinion, it was a better Undisputed run than Crawford's 140 Undisputed run. And you could probably make an argument that it was better than his 147 run. But that's not what the topic is about. The topic is about this fight being what it is. And it is a money fight. It is a money grab. This is one of those fights where whatever happens, the things that the fans want probably won't happen. If Charlo wins, do you think he's going to stay at 168? You think he's going to fight Caleb Plant? You think he's going to fight Benavidez? Probably not. On the flip side, Canelo, you think he's going to fight Benavidez? We don't know. For all we know, there might be a rematch with this fight. For all we know, Canelo might face Crawford at some stupid catch weight. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But this isn't one of those fights where it's something the fans wanted. It's something that the fans always wanted to see. No, it's not. But I will say this. Now that Canelo is fighting Charlo, all of a sudden, Charlo's too small. All of a sudden, Charlo is moving in a weight class that he's never faced before. He's never been in before. Last time I checked, this isn't the same day weigh-in era. Last time I checked, Charlo on fight night fighting at 154 is way past the 168 pound limit. Last time I checked, in terms of reach, height, frame, muscle mass, guess what? Charlo is the bigger man. And he, on fight night, will be fighting at his true weight class. So I don't want to hear this, he's too small for Canelo. I mean, technically speaking, Canelo is the smaller man. Did he not start out at 147 pounds? Did he not almost get knocked out by a lightweight when he was fighting in the lower weight classes when he first started? Or have y'all forgot? This isn't, don't try to say, oh, this is comparable to Roberto Duran. This is comparable to... No, it's not. Before Roberto Duran fought Sugar Ray Leonard, he fought a couple of fights at 147. Good fights at that. Good fighters at 147 before he faced Sugar Ray Leonard. But to get back to my point, now all the criticizers out there who said Canelo don't fight black fighters and all he does is fight Euro bums and UK bums. Well, now that he's fighting a black fighter, you guys out there are doing number twos in your pants because you're scared that your PBC fighter might take the L. So now all of a sudden, you guys are coming up with excuses for Charlo, and the fight hasn't even started yet. When they did the face-off, did he not look bigger than Canelo? Canelo may have bigger neck. Usually that happens when the guy is shorter. He's a short, stocky guy. He has a short, stocky frame. Canelo probably has bigger wrists, possibly bigger fists. Right? But he's not the bigger man when it comes to the boxing measurements. The height, the reach, the shoulder width, the arm length. All the parts that play a role in being the bigger man, not just the weight. Canelo could outweigh Charlo on fight night by 5-10 pounds. He'll just be heavier. But he won't be bigger. You guys remember when Floyd fought Canelo and how you guys kept saying, "Who? Canelo's smaller." I mean, Floyd is so smaller than Canelo. It's a catch weight because Floyd is smaller. And Floyd tricked you guys. He tricked you idiots out there. Because Floyd is taller. Floyd has longer arms. Floyd had wider shoulders. Floyd was actually the bigger man on fight night. Because as I recall, I don't even think Floyd Mayweather stated how many pounds he weighed on fight night. I could be wrong. But he was definitely the bigger man. That reach advantage is what got him to win that fight, along with his timing, along with the catch weight, along with Canelo not being able to fight someone like Floyd because he never fought something like that before. But is Charlo Floyd? No, he is not. Harrison outboxed him. Castano, in my opinion, beat him. And in my opinion, Canelo's better than both those fighters. Canelo and Charlo are the same exact age, but Canelo has more wear and tear. But he is more active. I don't know why PBC guys take all these long breaks or whatever. Maybe that's something that they do. I have no idea. But again, this is an intriguing fight. I think Canelo has all the tools to beat Charlo. Charlo's style, Charlo is more of a slugger than his brother. Charlo isn't that great of a, per se, boxer, stick and move guy. That's why Harrison was able to beat him the first time. But Charlo made those adjustments. Harrison's not a big puncher. And a lot of that played a role in it the second time they fought. Castano never adjusted. It was round 13. Same style, same fight. Didn't make the adjustments. Got clipped. That's what happens. Canelo has improved a lot. Canelo has been fighting a lot. You guys say that Canelo hasn't been fighting any black fighters. I mean, it's just so ridiculous. I don't recall ever skin color being the reason why a fighter is better than another fighter. Either you're a good fighter or you're not a good fighter, no matter what color you are. This isn't the murderer's row era. And even back then, there were a lot of white fighters fighting some of these brothers. But that's a whole nother topic. So here we have Canelo, who moved up to 175 to fight Beterbiev, did something that, to fight Bivol. He fought Bivol at 175. Did something that Beterbiev isn't even thinking about doing. Yeah, he took a L, but that's what happens when you take risk. Prior to that, at 175, he beat Kovalev. As I remember, a lot of people picked Kovalev to beat Canelo, me being one of them. Now, if you guys out there think the fight was fixed, so be it. At the end of the day, Canelo walked away with a victory, a knockout victory. So when we're talking about resumes, Triple G, Daniel Jacobs, Liam Smith, Kovalev, Bivol, Lara, Floyd, Mosley, Cotto. I mean, Triple G 3 times. Canelo can retire right now with an ATG, arguably an ATG resume. Regardless of the circumstances of when he fought these guys. It's still an ATG resume. A better resume than Spence, a better resume than Crawford, a better resume than Usyk's resume. Like, it's just better. So big props to Charlo for taking this fight. But it's not an undisputed versus undisputed. It would only be an undisputed versus undisputed if Charlo's belts was on the line. So don't let this PBC fool you. You fans out there, because you guys fall for anything. Don't let them. It's not undisputed versus undisputed. If Charlo loses, he still walks away a world champion at 154. An undisputed champion at 154. He still walks away with the belts. So this is a win-win situation for Charlo and a win-lose situation for Canelo. And you guys don't want to give Canelo his props. You guys don't want to give him any of his props. So I want to know why. I want to know why you guys won't give the man his respects. But what I do see is you guys are afraid now that he's fighting someone like Charlo, who I remember you guys saying he doesn't want to fight no Charlos. He's afraid to fight black fighters. Well, here he is. He's about to fight one of the twins now. And you guys are afraid that he's going to lose. How pathetic are some of you fans out there? This is what happens when you're fans of the boxer and not the boxing, sport of boxing. The MOBC is a fan of boxing and not the boxer. I'm a fan of the boxer when it comes to past fighters. But I'm not a fan of the boxer in this era. No, not the MOBC. We don't do that here. Not at all. So take it for what it's worth. Again, it's an interesting fight. I personally don't care who wins. I don't care who wins. Charlo beating Canelo does nothing for the sport. Because I can tell you right now, he's not going to stay at 168. And Canelo beating Charlo, this is just to get his feet wet for the PBC, to get a fight out of the way for his 3-fight contract or whatever, how many fights it is. Can't take something too hard, right? Charlo's not going to knock him out. Canelo has a good chin, fought bigger punchers than Charlo, in my opinion. It's possible. If anything, Canelo has more of a chance of stopping Charlo than Charlo stopping Canelo. I believe this fight's probably going to go 12 rounds. I don't know. But I think Canelo's going to win. I have Canelo winning this fight. And if Canelo loses, so be it. Like I said, I don't care. I don't care about this fight. I'd rather see Charlo fight Tim Tszyu. Why can't undisputed champions today defend their titles? What is going on? It's like undisputed today doesn't mean anything anymore. Start defending your titles so that your legacy, so that your undisputed title means something. I don't care about how much money you make. I don't care about how much sales you make. I don't care your car, your jewelry. I don't care about none of that. We want to see world champions defend their titles. That's what the MOBC is about. Shout out to all the real boxing fans out there. Shout out to my bros. You already know who you are. Red Glove Militant, 10 Players, Jedi, Boxing Librarian, 86 Boxing, Random Acoustic Thoughts. Shout out to y'all. Blood Boxing, Red Glove Militant, Haplotype. All of us we are all a part of our own boxing community. Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to all the real boxing heads out there. Lisa Bales, salute. Feel me? That's how we doing it around here. This is the MOBC. Shout out to Charlo and Canelo for this BS fight. Stream all day, every day. You already know how the MOBC do it. Stream all day. MOBC. Period. Point blank.